Don't just focus on this fixed salary. Saying that what is my fixed salary that the company will give? Of course, it is useful. But if you ignore the other elements, you're doing a big mistake. You will end up getting lower income every month. So idea should be that you should maximize your income. How much money you can make depends on all these elements. It does not depend only on your fixed salary. When you're applying to any company for a new job, right? Some of us, when we are young, try and get confused between various elements of what makes a good package, a good salary, right? All of us want good money in our careers, and which is important. There's no doubt about it, right? But it is important to understand various elements of what constitute a good salary. So there is a fixed element that most jobs will offer, that there is a fixed amount that every month after month you will keep getting, right? That's typically what we call as fixed salary. In many jobs, you also get performance incentives. So performance incentives means if you achieve a certain objective that has been set for you, either every month or every quarter, or in some cases every year, you get a certain amount as performance incentive. In some jobs, you get it in the name of bonus, right? These are, so let's say bonuses have different elements that contribute to it. Performance incentive is more because of your personal performance. Bonus will also have an element of how the department is doing or how the company is also doing. Of course, it will also have an element of how you are doing, right? But what you're doing will be one core element, but not the only element in bonus. But in performance incentive, typically it will be only your performance that matters. How well you perform, you can make more money. That's performance incentives. Once you perform well, then at the end of the year, you get something called as increment. That every year your salary goes up by a certain amount. That is called the increment. Okay. And this increment is also important because you may end up getting a good fixed salary, but the company gives very small increments. So you entered at a good salary. After that, your growth is very slow because the increments are very small, right? But instead, if you enter a company at a certain salary, but increments are big, so your going up will be faster in that job. Okay. So that is again something which all of us should be conscious about, right? Promotions, how fast the promotions come. Promotions are not just for money, it is also a career step, right? You are going up from one level to another level and then going up towards the top. So faster the promotions happen, the better the salary and incomes will become, right? The increment that they give you when they give you promotion will be much higher. So promotions come with a bigger salary jump, right? Than what a normal increment will be. So increments are again a function of how well you perform during the year. Suppose your performance is average, you will get say 5% increment, 6% increment, 8% increment. Your performance was good, maybe you will get some 15% increment, 12% increment, right? So increments also depends upon performance. Performance incentive of course depends upon performance. Bonus will also have a large element to do with your personal performance. Then perks. And perks are very important in the banking sector. Banking sector is actually known for much higher perks than most other sectors. So be it in terms of, so I'm not getting into the non-financial perks. There are non-financial perks, which does not mean money, right? Leaves, holidays, and those kind of things are not money related, right? They are also perks about the job. But perks in banking jobs, which has a financial angle, which has a money angle to it, are also pretty significant. Let me explain it in two ways. One is, when you take loans, and all of us in our careers will take a lot of loans. We will take a two-wheeler loan, we will take a car loan after some time, after some years, you will take a home loan. All of us will take a home loan. In the next 5 years, 10 years time, all of us will be getting into a home loan, buying a new flat, a new house and all that, right? And then there are various kinds of personal loans that you will end up taking for various requirements. Suppose you are going abroad for a travel abroad or a vacation, or there is a medical emergency at home, those kind of reasons you will take some kind of personal loans, right? Out of all this, home loan is probably the most important because typically all of us will spend a lot of money in buying a house. A new house means a lot of money. So maybe 50 lakh rupees, 70 lakh rupees, 80 lakh rupees, 1 crore, depending upon our backgrounds, we will buy houses of this kind of range. Starting from, let's say some 40-50 lakhs is today a standard rate of a new house, right? At a small flat. And then it keeps going up to 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, more than a crore also, some houses, right? So this kind of money, people will typically take a loan. All of us will take a loan, which means a very large loan of 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs, 70 lakhs, right? Now, the benefit of being a banker is that banks themselves provide these loans to its employees. there are two benefits. One, they will give larger loans to employees. To public may, if you are a similar employee in some company, suppose an IT company getting a similar salary, when you apply to a bank, suppose they will give you a 30 lakh loan for that salary. For the same salary, if you are a bank employee, you may get 40 lakhs or 50 lakhs salary, 50 lakhs loan. So your loan amount goes up. Therefore, you can buy a better house, larger house. Secondly, they will also charge very low interest for employees. So for public, if they charge 9%, 8%, 10% kind of loan interest rate, right? Many banks even give home loans at 2.5%, 2%, 3%, 4% kind of rate. Anyway, it will be at least 2 or 3% lower than what is given to public. So imagine if somebody takes a 50 lakh home loan, right? And if there is a 2% difference per annum, only 2% difference. If public is given loan at 9%, you get the loan at 7%, right? 2% on 50 lakhs every year. What will that be? Anybody can calculate? It's almost 1 lakh rupees. 2% benefit on 50 lakh loan is 1 lakh rupee benefit in a year. So that is all automatically equal to your 1 lakh extra salary, right? Because otherwise you would have spent that money from your salary. That is a benefit on big loans and lower interest rates that the banks provide. Now, secondly, on the deposit side, suppose you have money, you want to put deposit in the bank. For the public, the bank gives, say, a fixed rate, FD rate as 6%, suppose. To staff, most banks will give 1% extra. Instead of getting 6%, you will get 7% on your deposits. So on money that you put with the bank, you will get more money than what public will get. And for loans that you will take from the bank, you will have to pay lower interest from the bank to the bank, right? And both these means incremental money for you. So many of us don't understand this aspect of banking career, right? So this is important, and this is only possible in a banking setup, largely. Of course, there are other companies also, some very few large companies, which can give a lower loan concession from the company side. But those are very, very few. Most companies will not give other than banks, right? So these are the various constituents of what constitutes your income. So don't just focus on this fixed salary, saying that what is my fixed salary that the company will give. Of course, it is useful. But if you ignore the other elements, you're doing a big mistake. You will end up getting lower income every month. See, money does not have any color. Finally, the bank calls it as incentive or perks or increment or bonus or salary. Money is money. If they give you money in your hand, it doesn't matter what they call it, right? As long as you get the money, that is good enough. So idea should be that you should maximize your income. How much money you can make depends on all these elements. It does not depend only on your fixed salary.